Good morning, beloveds. I know I'm in the dark and I apologize for that. The lighting's not very easy to get right now, but I wanted to introduce you to Mystic. Now, Mystic has been a really good friend of mine for the last couple of months. When I made her, I fell in love with her. You can see why she's named Mystic, because she is just so phenomenally opalescent and iridescent. And look what she looks like sideways. Look at all that. Isn't she gorgeous? And I'm here at the beach and I just thought of you guys and I thought, I think I'm gonna do a Facebook Live. Some people will call it God, and some people will call it the universe, and some people will call it all the different things that people call the unknown, right? And it's really interesting because you don't have to really have a definition for it. You can just trust it. And it's just amazing what happens when you go through life. Hi, Doug. How are you? When you're going through life and you're kind of in the flow, for lack of a better word, right? So basically, there's times that we're swimming upstream and it feels like we're in charge of us, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, we get so stressed out and we get so fired up about stuff and we feel like we're an island. And if you can just take a moment and breathe and remember you're part of all of this, right? And I'll give you guys a little tour. So we're part of all of this amazingness. There I am in the dark. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that glorious? And so the important part about it is to remember that you can surrender some of that stuff to the unknown, and it's kind of like the universe, God, the mystic, it all seems to come together in a new way that allows you to feel less stress and less worry and less like you're on the planet all by yourself, right? And so I just really love that about her. It's that whole idea that when I get super overwhelmed and super stressed out, that no, I'm not here by myself doing this all by myself. It sometimes feels like it, but I've got the universe totally styling me out, totally having my back. And the cool thing about the universe is when you take one step towards your dreams, you'll get another step back, right? So the universe doesn't do it all for you, but you shouldn't do it all for you either. You should have this like beautiful yin and yang, this push and pull, this symbiotic relationship with the universe. And when you do that, you feel like you're more in the flow and you're part of something much greater than yourself. So anyways, that's just my thought for today. Something I was thinking about you guys, and I was thinking, oh, that's something that not everybody totally is part of, but for those of us that are, life seems to go a little easier because you don't have to have an understanding of how it all works, and you don't have to be the person that is pushing. You can surrender some of that to the universe. You can surrender it to the unknown. You don't need to know what's in front of you in order to go in that direction. You can totally walk in faith. And I don't know if you guys know this story, but it's a great story. It's this whole idea that if you're driving in the dark towards California from New York, you don't need to know what every single road ahead looks like. You just need to know the 10 feet in front of you, right? And a GPS. And when you know that, it's so much more, it's so less stressful because you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to figure it all out. You just take one little step in front of the next little step. And if you want a reminder of how powerful that journey can be and how much more, like when you decide what your future is going to be and you don't include the mystic, then it's very small. But if you do include this expansiveness of the universe, of God, into it, it becomes so much bigger than you ever thought, so much richer than you ever thought, so much more indulgent than you ever thought, because the universe wants to style you out. God loves you, to put it bluntly. Anyways, you won't hear me talk about that very often, but I just thought I would share because I'm at this beautiful, beautiful place and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. So if you want a reminder of how magical and how beautiful the universe is and how mystical the universe is, then I highly recommend you going to wakingwolf.com. And she's not up right now, but she'll be up later on today. And her name is Mystic. And if you would, can you share this video? Because the more I share the videos, the more these little honus go out into the world. And for those of you who are new that don't know, I actually adopt a baby hatchling for every sea turtle that I sell. And I am on a mission to save as many sea turtles as I possibly can. So anyways, aloha, which means I am honored to breathe the same breath of life as you. And namaste, which means I see the God in you, in me, in you, right? So aloha and namaste.